I am a deep believer in learning loops as a way to generate genuine, authentic learning. So I'm a huge believer in the process, but what is so exciting is it's the first time we've ever done this with students about students. Instead of using teacher classroom case studies, we've been using these student leadership project case studies that so many of these revolutionaries are part of. They sought examples of student projects that are reimagining education all over the country, and then collected evidence about those and chose 14 of those that they thought we should consider and learn from.
There are different students and they do different projects together or individually. They do it because they somewhere or other feel that needs to be a change. I need to do something about it. Like I felt that academics and extracurricular needs to be treated equally. When these guys came to interview me, I got a chance to reflect upon the project. I also got to know about some positive sides. I got to know what mistakes I made. I got a great chance to reflect basically.
So at each table there were like 4 or 5 stories. We did pre-work that we saw the video, we read the description, and then came in the group and discussed stuff like from which kid we can learn the most.
This was my first exposure to the learning loop, and I totally loved every bit of it because it generated a lot of learning, a lot of thinking, a lot of rich discussions, deliberations. As adults, as experienced professionals, as educationists, it's very unwittingly to get into a zone where we are working in a silo thinking this is what is best based on our evidences and experiences and with all the pure intent, but not realizing children come with their own sensibilities.
We had adults, we had children, we had educators, we had coaches, we had people on the board, and we were asked to consider together what we could learn from these transformational students. We purposefully didn't say, here's the criteria, here's what we mean by transformational, because that was what we were discovering.
I do think that to compare is an important part of the project, because the purpose of comparing is not to see that whose project is better or whose is not. The purpose of comparing these projects is that we can learn different things from different projects.
I could experience that when adults and kids, they listen to each other and we were having debates, we were having critical conversations, but still each other's points did matter a lot.
Some of the most beautiful moments were the disagreements, where sometimes between 2 adults, sometimes between 2 students, sometimes students and adults saying, no, I think this one is going to have the greatest impact on education. And someone else says, no, I think this one. And then we can say, why? What is that about? And all kinds of themes started to percolate out. Some related to what's inside the students themselves, what mindsets and skills do all of these students seem to have in common. There were themes around what sort of partnership with adults enables these kinds of student agency. There were themes also related to the projects themselves, like what makes them sustainable, what makes them have measurable impact. We leave having learned things about ourselves, about our expectations of students, about how classrooms and schools are structured and can be different. So learning is the main objective.
I am in a kind of a fortunate space that I'm working directly with a lot of teachers and a whole lot of stakeholders and children. So if I can, and I will make all the efforts to transcend this kind of knowledge into those spaces.
What common thing we found in the 6 was they're having the support of their mentors and they're having the support of an adult. It's not only about kid or it's not only about adult. They need to equally participate and equally partnership to make a change. Not for each other but with each other.